Hey, gorgeous goddesses. It's been a little while, but I guess the nerves never go away. Always sit for a few moments before I hit that live button and just think about what it is I want to share with you all. What do I want to be seen in? And at the moment, I guess for a lot of us, and especially for me, it's what has this whole COVID experience brought you? Yeah, or what has it invited into your life? So I'm going to share a little bit about my perspective on it. You may want to grab like a cuppa because I could go on for a little while. But I guess the very start of it, with all of these rapid changes and restrictions being forced upon us, for me, and a lot of other people that I witnessed, there was a huge grieving, I guess, the life that we had or that we were living was just suddenly changed. All of our patterns and routines and our normal day-to-day way of going about life had suddenly just upended and been turned on its head, and we're all told to stay at home and not participate in life, don't even hug each other. And to me, social connection and hugging, we're hardwired to do that as human beings. So it was really hard, especially because I'm a touchy-feely kind of person. But I guess in being told to kind of slow down and stay at home, for many of us, that's okay. I'm an introvert and I love staying at home and I don't mind, being on my own and plodding about and doing my thing. But for many of us, we don't, like extroverts or people who love to be at work or, out socializing. It would have been really, really difficult. I imagine that when you're forced to slow down and go within, excuse my notifications coming through. When you're forced to go within, suddenly you're having to face yourself, or maybe face your relationships with your children or your partner or your relationship to your addictions, And that could be really scary for a lot of people if they haven't done that in a reflective or healing work before. So I was just kind of praying every day that for those out there that, don't usually sit with themselves in solitude or stillness and silence, that they still coped and managed in their own ways day to day. And hopefully, I guess a lot of lessons and things still came through for me during that time, and I'm sure that the same would be true for all of us. Certainly love to hear everybody else's experience of their COVID lessons, or what they liked or didn't like, or the pros and the cons of it. I have this mindset that I hold that I try to view life as a lot of lessons and growth, and just understanding myself and deepening my connection. So for me, it was a beautiful experience to just deepen that even further. But yeah, so I guess what it does, that going within and that pausing or slowing down really creates a space. But in creating space, sometimes uncertainty shows up, right? So I had this happen too, right, okay, so now the whole world's gone on pause. What now, right? So we have to sit with that uncertainty, and it can feel really anxiety provoking and scary and overwhelming because, we've suddenly, our direction has changed, or our purpose may have changed. We may have lost a job or a partner, or just our freedom in general. So I had to really, again, remind myself of trusting me, trusting the process, and letting it unfold as it should, knowing that some of that I do have control over, and other parts of the whole experience I haven't had any control over. So really just reminding myself, where should my time and energy or money go to? What are the things that are in my control? And for me, it was very much like an opportunity to do a stock take on my life, or a life review, and look at all of those areas of myself, and just go, well, what's working and what's not? Where's the spring cleaning need to happen? what am I ready to or willing to let go of and I don't require anymore. And these busy cars going past is a reminder for me too that we always have that inner world and the outer world. And so, really coming back within and having that opportunity to reflect and review where I'm at. And even though the outer world is, maybe in chaos or drama or lockdown or restrictions or whatever you want to call it, how much of that outer world am I going to allow in and to affect me? So I did find myself, as we all do, bored and at home scrolling through social media. But after a period of time, I just really felt how icky that energy was for me. Very attuned, sensitive person. And you will have noticed I've quite retreated and not been online very much at all. And that's because I was gifting myself what I needed in those moments. I didn't want to be seeing COVID in my face. And I have control over whether I'm viewing that or not. So I tended to spend a lot of time just cooking beautiful meals for my family, really enjoying quality time playing board games with the kids, helping them with Google Classroom. Lots of time outside listening to these birds and raking the leaves that kept falling off the liquid amber tree. It was for me a lot of meditation and yoga and journaling, all the things I love, filling my cup. And when I did hop online, I would, check in and see that some of the beautiful women in our group, like Jess and doing her crafting, or Cindy offered a beautiful 21 days of meditation. Beck, our SUP instructor locally, she was still out there on the water every day and sharing things on Facebook about, being out in nature still and exercising, because we were allowed to do that. Debbie Bruce, I know she reached a beautiful rank with doTERRA. Congratulations, Deb. And beautiful mums like Helen and Renee and other ones just sharing pictures of their bubbas and what they were doing. It helped me still feel like I was staying connected. And I especially love some posts from a beautiful friend of mine, Sarah, who has her own property down in Victoria, and just showing me that, beauty and peacefulness that she has down there. And Louise, my Reiki master, I think we did a Woman of Impact interview there too. I'm loving the moon journal this year. I've been really diving deeper into my moon cycles and just noticing what's surfacing month to month in the way of, I guess, healing and knowing myself. So that creativity burst, I think, happened for many of us. And you're seeing all those cool songs and things and the parodies and the memes and other things. I guess for humanity, what I love is that even though we might be in the middle of a turmoil or something that's really traumatic or adverse, usually that gives our shining spirits an opportunity to be seen and heard and express. And I really feel that's a massive gift that we have. The world can throw all these nasty things at us, or lemons if you call it that. Make lemonade. Be you. Do whatever it is that brings you joy and lights you up inside and makes you feel all fired up and passionate. And that's what I felt was one of my huge benefits from this whole experience. And I'm interested to hear if you had any benefits, or if you, what did you learn or acquire or create or do, regarding your COVID experience. And I know there's this whole, we're all going back to normal now kind of language that I've heard being thrown around, which, I guess some things are resuming and restrictions are being lifted, which is fantastic, But what I really feel is important at this time is to just still stay, in that reflective mode, or that practice of coming back within and cleaning and clearing and knowing what it is you do want to continue to do with your life and what you're ready to let go of or move away from or change in some respect. Remember that you're the alchemist, and if there are things that have been shitty in your life prior to COVID, or that you haven't enjoyed or didn't really like, and the COVID experience gave you an opportunity to notice that and see that, turn it into gold. Turn it into something different for yourself. You have the power to do that. Not only are you a powerful creator in your own life, you're also a witness to what you're doing, I guess. If you're in that observer self and you zoom out every now and then and kind of reflect and do the stock taking, then you'll get that clarity that you need to know what it is that you need to shuffle or shift or change to feel more of who you are, more freedom and abundance and more vibrant energy, or, just more joy. I think there's so much heavy energy in the world these days with guilt and shame and competing and comparing and owning and hoarding and all these other things. For me, the simplest of things can be the most beautiful. And I guess what I've noticed sorry, excuse me, I'm really croaky. What I've really noticed is since I've located my grounded, centered self, I know where that is. I know where my inner home is, and I know myself to know what brings me joy and lights me up. And I try to keep practicing that. And so even though scary stuff comes in from the external, or I'm being shown fear-based stuff, or things I don't really align to, I have the choice whether I let that in or not. I'm the one who can change my mindset or invite a new mantra in. So my mother's words rang true a lot for me, which, this too shall pass was something she would commonly say. So I just kept reminding myself that even though, it felt like the world was restricted and on pause and our freedoms were being taken away, this too shall pass, right? Or that which does not kill me makes me stronger. And so, it's an opportunity, I guess, to strengthen and exercise those muscles, as I say, in what are your coping mechanisms? How do you get through adverse experiences or traumatic moments in your life? It's an opportunity to grow and to heal, when we have... when we're living in a world of polarity where often things can be constricted, the going within and the coming back, and things are, your world is suddenly made smaller. That's a contraction of energy, I guess, or a constriction, however you want to label it. What happens naturally after that, the equal and opposite reaction, is an expansion, right? A coming out, an opening, a growth and a flourishing. So I guess if I have to sum it up, the COVID experience for me has very much been a contracting of my energy and a coming back within, checking in the space and seeing what's working and what's not. And then now that we're going back to normal and we're ready to expand again and come back out, how is that going to look for you? I'm curious, how has things shifted and changed for you? Do you need support or help in that? Do you need to reach out to someone like myself or Sky or a friend or a sister or a mum and dad for support and encouragement, someone to inspire you, someone to hold you accountable, whatever it is, ask and you shall receive, yeah? That's what I reckon. If you're not sharing and speaking your truth and your needs, no one's going to know. So, yeah. Hopefully you can relate to some of what I've said, and maybe your experience has been similar, maybe it hasn't. I'd love to hear though, so yeah. Drop me a line or pop a post in, or get really brave and courageous like I have to keep doing, and jump in and be seen and do a live. It's not really going to hurt you. I've found more than anything, you usually get some beautiful women giving you amazing feedback that makes you feel really good about yourself. So much love to you all, and take good care. I'll chat to you soon. Bye.